There are a number of ways to do that, Dr. Seyam. In Kansas, since October of last year, there have been three, as a matter of fact, excellent candidate training seminars that are inexpensive to attend. I attended two of the three myself. We have manuals for candidates that we distribute. In addition, our employees and volunteers are very experienced and very knowledgeable, and we, including myself, serve as a resource and assistance to interested candidates, and so we're happy to talk to anyone who's interested now or in the future in running for office. And different people have different circumstances that impact their ability to make a run for office at a particular time. Young children, sometimes folks feel like it's not right to go to Topeka for 4 months, but a city council or school board race for such a person might be an easier thing to manage.
Any qualifications?
You have to be an adult of legal voting age. You have to be a citizen, and I really don't think there are very many qualifications as there might be, to serve for president of the United States, for example. You have to be 35 years old to do that.
Born in the USA.
Certainly. But there aren't too many requirements of that nature for local office.
What about the success, the possibility of success? It depends on what?
It depends on the energy, the creativity, and the time that the candidate has to put into the contest. The best prescription for winning a political race of any kind is the ability to meet the voters, whether that means going door to door, whether that is appearing at public events, any opportunity to meet voters. You have to be willing to do that, and those who do put the most time in that kind of activity are going to have the best chance for success.
But Kelly, the perspective to be in an office, you cannot make it without money in America anyway, but mainly for a position, campaigning and advertisements and so forth. If somebody's poor, can they make it?
Certainly they can, Dr. Seyam. There have been several examples, even in Kansas politics, in the recent past, where relatively unknown people, young people, have run for office and put in a lot of time and effort, and either won or come very close to winning. One of the best examples I like to describe to candidates is the ex-chairman of the Kansas Republican Party, a man named Mark Parkinson, with whom I went to high school. When he was 21 years old, he ran as a Republican in the primary against a 30-year incumbent, but Mr. Parkinson walked his entire legislative district 3 times, and he came within 28 votes in the primary of defeating this 30-year incumbent. And of course, Mark is a very sharp man, very smart, and that's part of the reason he became chair eventually of the Kansas Republican Party. I am proud to add, though, that Mark Parkinson is now one of the supporters and state honorary campaign chairs for our Attorney General candidate, Paul Morrison. And I was happy to see Mark at Paul Morrison's press conference here in Wichita. It's been a while since I'd seen him.
You guys, your party meets about once a month or twice a month, a luncheon meeting?
We just started in April, meeting twice a month at the Larkspur restaurant downtown, across the street from the Wichita Eagle, the second and last Friday of April and May. In fact, we have a luncheon tomorrow at Larkspur, and people start arriving at about 11:30, and the buffet starts shortly after that.
So is it open for public?
Certainly is.
Anybody can go?
Certainly is, and your meal costs $11, but that covers tip, beverage, and a delicious
Do you
meal.
always have speakers?
Oh yes, we always have speakers.
So what do you, speakers, are they all Democrats speakers? Do you guys talk politics? Do you
yes.
talk about Bush, or do you talk about Iraq?
Certainly, we have talked about many subjects. In fact, our last speaker was a man by the name of Mike Marlette, who is the editor of the F5 Entertainment newsletter, and he was an out-of-the-ordinary candidate or speaker for us, but he was very interesting. And I say he was our last speaker. I'm mistaken. Our last speaker was John Dahl, the Democratic candidate in the first district in western Kansas, and he's a marvelous speaker and very energetic man too. So we are doing this as an experiment, though, twice a month. Normally we only do this once a month on the last Friday of every month. But so we're experimenting to do 2 a month in April and May and see how it affects attendance. And the summer months, sometimes attendance drops off because of vacations, and so it's not certain whether we will continue 2 a month in June, July, and August. But we will at least be meeting in those months the last Friday of each of those months.
I'm going to be speaking, by the way, there in about 2 weeks.
Is that correct? I'm glad to hear that, and we look forward to that very much.
Right. It's going to be bugged. The whole place is going to be bugged by the FBI.
Not by us, that's for sure.
What happened to the Democratic Party? Are they asleep or what?
I can't speak locally.
I'm talking about let's start with the leadership.
National leadership?
National, yeah. We'll come back here.
I believe that the primary system of selecting presidents favors candidates from the upper
South,
Midwest, and the
South,
New England
South,
states. Yeah. And we ended up with a candidate, a very honorable man, John Kerry, Senator Kerry, whom I was happy to vote for. But I have believed for probably 20 years that the best chance for Democrats to elect a president is to nominate a person from the South or from west of the Mississippi. And our last 3 Democrats who became presidents indeed were Southerners. Bill Clinton from Arkansas, Jimmy Carter from Georgia, and Lyndon Johnson from Texas.
I see.
And that covers a period of about 40 years, and I think that's a powerful argument for trying to find a similar candidate from one of those regions. And the 2 of the people that I think are probably among our front runners right now are Mark Warner from and John Edwards from Virginia. John Edwards, of course, was the vice presidential candidate in 2004. But being from